Kierra Sheard is a famous person in modern gospel music. She is a singer, songwriter, actress, and businesswoman. Her powerful vocals and unique musical style have made a big difference in the world of gospel. Kiara was born on June 20th, 1987, in Detroit, Michigan. Her life has always been connected to the rich tradition of gospel music. Kierra Sheard's path was shaped by the faith and musical heritage that had been passed down through generations. She is the daughter of gospel legend Kierra Clark Sheard, who was a member of the famous Clark sisters, and Bishop J. Drew Sheard. Kierra's journey in gospel music began a long time ago. She was raised in a home where music was a way of life, so she was always hearing God's gospel harmonies and her family's powerful voices. Her mother, Kierra Clark Shear, is one of the most famous gospel singers of all time, and her voice and dedication to her craft had a big impact on her. Bishop J. Drew Sheard was a guiding light for young Kiara, and her father gave her a spiritual foundation that reinforced the values of faith and devotion that would later become central themes in her music and career. Growing up with gospel royalty aunts like the Clark sisters also helped. From a young age, Kiara was exposed to a high level of musical excellence. The Clark sisters changed gospel music with their new harmonies, modern sound, and dynamic performances, which had a lasting effect on how Kiara approaches her own music. Growing up in such a legendary musical environment not only honed her skills and encouraged her to pursue a career that would combine traditional gospel with modern styles, making her sound unique and relevant to modern audiences. Kiara's first big break came when she sang The Will of God on her mother's 1997 album, Finally Kiara. This song showed off her vocal prowess and ability to convey strong emotions through her singing. As Kierra Clark Sheard's daughter, Moment marked her official entry into the gospel music scene and made her known as a talented artist in her own right. Her performance on this track set the stage for a promising career, introducing her to audiences who would soon come to know her for her unique voice and heartfelt delivery. Kierra Sheard's journey as a solo artist began with the release of her debut album, I Owe You In 2004. Kiara's album I Owe You marked a big turning point in her career. It went from being a promising newcomer to a strong force in gospel music. The album was well received by the gospel community and showed off Kiara's skill at combining traditional gospel sounds with modern beats and R&B influences. The tracks on the album showed how versatile Kiara was as a singer and songwriter. That became a hit and talked about her life and the hard times her family went through, especially her mother's near-death experience. This album struck a chord with listeners because Kiara's lyrics were both personal and relatable to anyone who had been through hard times and found comfort in their faith. I Owe You paved the way for Kiara to become a new voice in gospel music that was both modern and deeply rooted in spiritual traditions, building on the. After the success of her first album, Kierra Sheard released her second album, This Is Me, in 2006. This album was a turning point in her career as it cemented her place as one of the most important artists in contemporary gospel music. This Is Me received wide praise for its fresh approach to gospel, combining inspirational messages with modern sounds. The album's production was a mix of gospel, hip-hop, and R&B, which helped Kiara connect with a wider audience while still staying true to her faith-based roots. The success of This Is Me also brought Kiara recognition from the music industry, earning her a Grammy nomination and several awards. The album's themes of self-discovery, faith, and resilience spoke to listeners, especially young people who were looking for inspiration. Through this album, Kiara not only showed how much she had grown as an artist, but also how dedicated she was to using her platform to inspire and uplift others through her music. Kierra Sheard's third studio album, Bold Right Life, which came out in 2008, made her even more of a force in gospel music. The title of the album came from a youth ministry movement that Kiara was a part of. Daring Right Life was an album of energetic and spiritually charged songs that encouraged young people to live boldly and righteously in their faith. The songs were geared toward a younger audience and reinforced the album's main message of faith and devotion. Songs like Praise Him Now and Wave Your Banner became anthems for youth gospel choirs and Christian gatherings. Their upbeat beat and encouraging lyrics made people want to celebrate their faith with joy and enthusiasm. Bold Right Life wasn't just an album, it was a movement that encouraged many young people to be proud of their faith and live their lives with purpose. Kierra Sheard's early career set her up for long-term success in the gospel music industry. Her ability to mix traditional gospel with modern influences helped her reach a wide audience, bridging the gap between older and younger gospel music fans. And a new wave of listeners looking for modern sounds with a spiritual message. Her music speaks to her listeners' struggles, triumphs, and faith journeys, offering them comfort and encouragement through her powerful vocals and heartfelt lyrics. Kierra Sheard has always stood out in the gospel music scene because she has been willing to try new genres and sounds from the start of her career. She tried to combine the rich traditions of gospel music with modern styles like R&B, hip-hop, and urban music. This created a new sound that appealed to both older gospel fans and a younger, more diverse audience. Kiera's skill at combining these different styles made her music stand out. Adding musical elements to her songs has been a trademark of her career. This has helped her stay relevant in a changing music industry while staying true to her gospel roots. Songs like Invisible and You Don't Know show how well she can combine soulful melodies with upbeat beats and motivational lyrics, giving listeners a innovative and spiritually uplifting sound through her music. Kiara has spread gospel to new audiences, introducing its powerful messages to people who might not have otherwise been interested in the genre. The release of Shear's self-titled album Kiara in 2020 was a turning point in her career. It was the culmination of her. The album, which showed Kiara's years of growth as an artist through her sound and lyrics, was praised for its high production quality, creative arrangements, and smooth blend of gospel and modern music styles. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard Top Gospel Albums chart, which shows how much of an impact she has on the industry and how well she can connect with a wide audience. Collaborations with well-known gospel and modern artists made the album even more popular. Songs like It Keeps Happening and Something Has to Break featuring Tasha Cobbs Leonard stood out as strong songs of faith and perseverance. They also showed off Kiara's signature vocal style, which was emotional and deeply connected to the message of her lyrics. The album's production included modern beats and electronic sounds, elements and R&B influences to create a sound that was both new and true to the gospel tradition. The album's success was noticed by the music industry, which gave Kierra Sheard multiple nominations and awards, solidifying her position as one of the most important voices in modern gospel music. Kiara was nominated for several awards, including Best Gospel Performance for the SAG song at the 2021 Grammys. She also won several awards at the Stellar Gospel Music Awards, including Contemporary Female Vocalist of the Year and Album of the Year, in honor of her achievements and contributions to gospel music. By seamlessly blending different genres, Kiera's album was a big hit, and it also showed how gospel music could change and adapt to modern trends while still sending strong messages of faith, hope, and inspiration. Her innovative approach has opened up new paths for gospel artists, encouraging them to. Kierra Sheard's impact on modern gospel music goes beyond her award-winning albums and top-charting singles. She has become a trailblazer in the genre, encouraging a new generation of gospel artists to be creative and explore different musical influences. Her willingness to mix gospel with hip-hop, R&B, And urban music has set a new standard in the industry, showing that nowadays gospel music is still relevant and powerful. Kiara has made a big difference in bridging the gap between gospel and mainstream music with her unique sound. Her collaborations with artists from other genres have helped bring gospel to a wider audience, introducing its spiritual and religious messages to people who might not normally listen to gospel music. Additionally to her musical accomplishments, Kierra Sheard's work is marked by her commitment to empowering and inspiring others. Her lyrics often explore themes of faith, perseverance, self-worth, and trust in God's plan, which connect deeply with listeners who find comfort and encouragement in her songs. The messages in her music are a reflection of her own life. Through her music and public appearances, Kierra Sheard encourages others to embrace their identity and trust in their own unique journey. Her honesty and openness about her own struggles have made her a relatable and inspiring figure in the gospel community and beyond. Kierra Sheard is more than just a gospel singer with a powerful voice. She is also a powerful force in the entertainment and business worlds. In addition to her successful music career, she has made huge steps as an actress and an entrepreneur. She got noticed for her acting debut in the 2020 Lifetime movie The Clark Sisters, First Ladies of Gospel, where she played her mother Kierra Clark Sheard with realism and grace. Her talent doesn't stop at the screen. She's also started her own clothing line, 1160, designed just for curvy women. Kierra's acting debut was both personal and difficult. She played her mother. Lifetime's biopic film The Clark Sisters, First Ladies of Gospel starred Kierra Clark Sheard. The movie told the story of the legendary gospel group The Clark Sisters and how they became one of the most influential gospel groups of all time. For Kiara, this role was both a chance to show off her acting skills and a way to a tribute to her family's legacy and the impact they have had on the world of gospel music. Kiara's performance in the movie was praised for being honest and emotional. She brought a unique perspective to the role as an actress and as a daughter who had grown up watching her mother work hard at her craft. Her portrayal of Kierra Clark Sheard was both heartfelt and nuanced, capturing the struggles she faced, her mother's struggles and unwavering faith. The film itself got a lot of praise, becoming one of the highest-rated original movies of all time, and getting praise from both fans and critics for its powerful story and performances. Acting in The Clark Sisters, First Ladies of Gospel changed my life. It gave Kiara a deeper connection to her family's history and opened up new opportunities in the entertainment industry, showing that she is versatile and can shine in roles outside of her music career. Kiara's successful transition from singer to actress shows how talented she is and how dedicated she is to expanding her artistic horizons. Kierra Sheard is also a Kiara started her clothing line 1160 with the goal of empowering curvy women by giving them stylish, high-quality clothes that complement their bodies. The idea for 1160 came from her own experiences as a curvy woman who often struggled to find fashionable clothes that fit well and made her feel good about herself. She wanted to make a brand that catered to women who wanted to express their style without sacrificing comfort or fit. 1160 was launched with the mission of redefining the fashion industry's standards for plus-size clothing. Kiara's designs are both modern and sophisticated, combining elegance with functionality to make clothes that can be worn in a variety of settings, from the office to social events. The collection includes dresses, tops, skirts, and outerwear. There are flattering cuts, bright colors, and unique patterns that show off the beauty of a curvy figure. Kiara's business journey with 1160 was inspired by her love of body positivity and self-acceptance. She has used her platform to push for more diversity in the fashion industry, pointing out that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. Through her clothing line, she encourages women to embrace their bodies. 1,160 have gained a loyal customer base of women from all walks of life who resonate with Kiara's message of self-love and empowerment. Kierra Sheard's forays into acting and business have greatly increased her influence outside of gospel music. Kiera's determination to break down barriers and question social norms is clear in both the entertainment industry and the fashion world. For example, when she played her mother in the Clark sisters' First Ladies of Gospel, she not only showed off her acting skills but also honored her family's history and contributions to gospel music. As an entrepreneur, Kiera has made a name for herself through her brand 1160, she makes a strong statement about body positivity and acceptance. Her dedication to making fashionable choices for curvy women goes beyond just selling clothes. It's about changing how society sees curvy women. Kiera's work as a businesswoman and supporter of self-acceptance has touched many women who have struggled to find their place in a world that often only values one type of beauty. What makes Kierra Sheard stand out is her ability to balance her many roles with grace and a sense of purpose, whether she's singing her heart out on stage or acting in a movie. Kiera approaches everything she does with the same level of dedication and passion, whether it's making a movie about her family or designing clothes that make women feel beautiful. Her wide range of skills and willingness to try new things show that she believes in using all of her gifts to inspire, uplift, and make a positive difference in the world. Kiera's journey as a singer, actress, and businesswoman is also a story of strength and faith. She has talked a lot about the problems she has had in her personal and professional life, such as the pressures of living up to her family's legacy and the struggles of self-acceptance. But through it all, she has stayed true to her faith and her goal of making art and businesses that reflect her values and help others. Kierra Sheard's life and career have been shaped by both her amazing skills and accomplishments and the difficulties she has faced along the way. As a gospel singer, actress, and businesswoman, Kiera has experienced both the highs and lows of personal and family problems. Her mother, Kierra Clark Sheard's near death was one of the most important and life-changing events in her journey. A serious health problem in 2001 deeply affected Kiara, shaping her faith and making her more dedicated to her music and spiritual journey. In the same year, Kierra Clark, Kierra Sheard's mother, went through a life-threatening medical emergency that shook her family to their core. Kiara had what was supposed to be a routine surgery for a hernia, but complications arose when she developed a blood clot that put her in a near-fatal state. She fell into a coma and had to be put on life support. Doctors told Kiara, who was still a teenager at the time, that she had only a 2% chance of survival. It was a very hard time that tested her faith and emotional strength. The thought of losing her mother, who was not only a family member but also a mentor and source of inspiration for her budding music career, was heartbreaking for Kiara. In her time of fear and uncertainty, she turned to her faith. Kiara's miraculous survival and eventual recovery were seen as answers to those prayers, and the experience became a turning point in Kiara's spiritual and personal life. It was a reminder of the power of faith and how important it is to hold on to hope even in the darkest times. Kierra Clark Sheard's near-death experience had a huge effect on her outlook on life, her faith, and her ability to deal with stress. Seeing her mother's struggle and miraculous recovery made Kiara believe in the power of prayer and faith even more. This experience strengthened her spiritual connection and made her determined to use her musical skills to spread messages of hope, healing, and God's grace. This was the start of Kiera's commitment to gospel music. Became not just a job but a calling, driven by her desire to inspire others who may be going through their own struggles. Kierra Sheard's mother's near-death experience taught her the value of turning pain into purpose. Instead of letting the traumatic event break her spirit, Kierra used it as fuel to fuel her mission of spreading faith and positivity through her music. This change is clear in her music. As a child, Kierra Sheard was thrust into the public eye because her family is famous in the gospel music industry. She often shares her story to encourage others who may be going through similar problems. Being constantly in the public eye meant that every part of her appearance was scrutinized. Kiara had a hard time accepting her own body image as a young woman growing up in a society that often linked beauty with a certain body type. She felt like she wasn't good enough and was under a lot of pressure to meet societal beauty standards and live up to her family's expectations. Legacy was sometimes too much for her, which made her doubt her own worth. Despite these problems, Kiara has been very open about her struggles with body image and self-esteem. She has often talked about how hard it was to love her curves and see herself as beautiful in a culture that usually only praises one type of beauty. Despite having a different body type, Kiara began to understand that true beauty comes from within, and that one's worth is not based on how they look or what other people think of them. Kierra Sheard's willingness to be open about her journey to self-acceptance has made her a role model for many, especially young people. Women who have similar issues with body image and self-worth. Through her music, public speaking, and social media, she has used her platform to talk about how important it is to accept oneself as they are. She encourages others to find their value not in how they look but in their character and faith. Through her music and public speaking, Kiara has always preached self-love and trusting in God's plan for one's life. She uses these opportunities to encourage others to lean on their faith when they are having doubts about their own worth. She reminds her fans that they are beautifully made with a purpose and that their worth is not based on societal standards but on God's love. Speaking openly about her struggles has touched many people, making her an inspiration to those who are also trying to accept themselves. Kierra Sheard's journey is one of faith, self-love, and persistence. Despite the many problems she has faced, she has stayed true to her goal to use her experiences to inspire and uplift others through her music ministry and work for self-empowerment. Kiara has become a beacon of hope for people who are struggling to find their worth or get through life's challenges. Her story is a powerful reminder that with faith, resilience, and a commitment to self-love, it is possible to overcome any obstacle and live a life that is true to one's purpose.